Welcome to the Autism on the Sea Special Vacation Podcast. This is your host, Lisa Caslin, and I am so excited today. We are talking to Nina Durkin, and she actually just came back from our first European cruise that left out of Barcelona and went. Wow, where else did you go? You went to France. You went to Italy. It was outstanding. So, without further ado, let me say hi to Nina. How you doing?
Hi, I'm great.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you. So, when we were just chatting, I discovered that you are an Autism on the Seas veteran cruiser. This was your 5th cruise, right?
Correct. We started cruising with Autism in the Seas back in 2016. Was our first one.
Wow. Okay, so you decided to go across the pond and really break loose, huh?
Yes, we did. My husband and I went across the pond to Italy almost 17 years ago and saw this as an opportunity to bring both of our kids to a place where we've been before. My daughter is a huge history buff.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, you have a son who's 15, JT, right? And he's on the spectrum, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And then your daughter, Amanda, how old is she?
She is just about 12, and she is neurotypical.
Right. And I understand, contrary to what people might assume, that you took this cruise with Autism on the Seas really for her.
Yes. Again, she's a huge history buff and loves the Roman Empire, loves, ancient ruins. And this was an opportunity for us to take her to Europe and know that we have help with our son so she could actually enjoy the trip.
Oh, that was great. So now this was also your first time opting for one-on-one staffing, right?
Correct. So we did opt for a one-on-one. The nature of this cruise was not the typical Autism on the Seas cruise where you have a couple of sea days. This was it's very port intensive. It docked every single day except for one on a 7-night cruise.
Okay, that's a lot, yeah.
So it wasn't the most relaxing cruise, but I personally don't view a Mediterranean cruise as one where you do relax. It's where you want to go and get a taste of what each port can bring, so you can maybe go back someday.
Absolutely. It's like an appetizer,
Yeah, I mean, look, who wants to spend only one day in Rome?
No, but now well, I assume you liked it, or you liked Naples, or you liked Barcelona, and it gives you a chance now to go back and really check out those other places. Correct.
It does. And hopefully, I know Autism on the Seas is doing another European cruise next year. It really opens up opportunities for, I think, a lot of families to do something different.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did JT react to all of this?
Surprisingly wonderful. So our biggest concern were some of these long-day excursions. The ports are not necessarily the closest to the cities. For example, Florence was just under a 2-hour drive from the port, which makes for excursions to be short excursions if you want to, see everything, anywhere from 9 to 11 hours. And the kids, the adults, everyone's out of their comfort zone. Even though people speak English, it can be broken. The laws are different in every country, and it can be a little stressful. He was a champ.
Wow.
He took it in stride. He seemed to enjoy himself. We walked a lot, which was a huge concern of mine. I think we actually clocked about 8 miles in Rome, just walking around. It was hot, and he surprised everyone At the end of the cruise, on our sea day, there's always a little party, and then awards are given out. And JT got the excursion award because he did amazing on all of these long excursions. I do think his favorite was making pizza in Sorrento, and we did a catamaran excursion in Majorca, Spain, which had some snorkeling and swimming in the Mediterranean Sea. Those were probably his favorite.
I'm sure, without a doubt. Now, does he normally, when you take him to places that he has not been before, does he normally get nervous or shut down or anything like that?
Yeah, he tends to get very anxious, especially in crowded places with unfamiliar things around him. So the fact that he had familiar people with him did help a lot. But he has been known to have some unexpected behaviors in public that can be concerning. And when you're in a foreign country, you worry about a lot of things.
Yes.
And people looking and staring. If he decides to scream out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason why we chose to have a one-on-one for this trip.
Yeah.
The long excursions, if anyone needed a break, including our one-on-one, at least we could shuffle among the three adults.
That's
to help
great.
him out.
So how did Renee do with JT?
Oh, Renee is amazing. We actually met Renee on her first Autism on the Seas cruise back in 2016, and we did not have a one-on-one. She and JT just hit it off. There was some magical connection. So when we knew we wanted to do Europe, we did ask for a one-on-one and then said, hey, is it possible we can get Renee? So they already knew each other. They already knew their little idiosyncrasies. The only difference is now JT is taller than Renee. When they first met, he was much shorter than Renee. But she is so fantastic with him. And she's wonderful with my daughter. So when JT was getting tired of Renee, my husband or myself would step in and Renee would spend time with my daughter. So she is such a blessing, and she is wonderful.
Good. So what about you and your husband? Did you do anything together alone? Did you take advantage of the respite?
We did take advantage of some of the respite. Again, this is a slightly different cruise. So by the end of the day...
explain the difference, because honestly, I don't know.
So the difference was by being at a port every single day on these long 9 and 10 hour excursions, you are completely exhausted by the end of the day. You're getting back to the ship at 6 o'clock at night. You're grabbing dinner, and my kids were tired, and we were tired. So we didn't necessarily take advantage of respite in the conference room, but we did take advantage of a little bit of respite in our room. So Renee would come to our room to do some of the respite. So my husband and I could, if anything, grab a cup of coffee at night by ourselves, which was nice. But we were all tired. On a regular Autism on the Seas cruise, you don't have 9-hour, 10-hour excursions day after day. You have a beach excursion with the staff for half a day. So that's what makes it so much different. It's not bad. It's just a different kind of cruise. So
and the expectation is, many of the people, if not most, have not been to any of these countries before, and they want to soak it all in,
Correct. And because it was Autism on the Sea's first European cruise, I think there were some unknowns for them as well. And how to schedule the ship activities that they usually schedule, like time for the zip line, time for ice skating, time for flow rider. So much so that my kids love that flow rider that I made sure I booked a small group lesson for them in case we couldn't do flow rider with the group because they love it so much.
Smart.
And it turns out we were able to do Flow Rider with the group, and we did Flow Rider with the small group lesson. Which,
oh, great!
Again, well, it's great. It's the Royal Caribbean staff too. They are amazing with our kiddos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it weren't for them, this Autism on the Seas and the volunteer staff wouldn't work. So it's really a huge group effort.
It is a good partnership. So did you meet any new pals there? Did you make friends with any of the other families?
Well, one family we had cruised with before, which was wonderful. It's always nice to see families that you've seen before. But we actually did meet a few families. Because of the nature of this cruise, the one thing that I can say was probably lacking compared to other cruises is that friendship and family relationship that you get with the other families. Because we were all going in different directions. We were all going in different directions on excursions.
Oh.
But I will tell you, there was one family we met very early on in the cruise. We were on a catamaran excursion to Majorca. And we noticed a family that had twin girls walk into the auditorium waiting to take the excursion. Immediately, I knew they were in the group. They were wearing the good old orange lanyards. And we had Renee, our one-on-one, with us. And I said, hey, let's at least take a look over. The girls seem to be having a little bit of a hard time. Maybe we can all help out.
Oh,
and
good.
One of their daughters took a liking to my son, which is fine. But she tended to grab and tug at him, which bothered him at first, until we explained that that's how she talks, that's how she says she likes you. And then I will tell you, I have a picture of them on the last day of the cruise holding hands.
Did you send that one to me?
I will absolutely share that with you. It was
absolutely. I want that one. I'm gonna post that.
It was the sweetest thing.
I love to hear that.
And I got to be honest, that probably made our cruise. We love meeting other families. We all get it. So I have also found that we all tend to jump in and help out when we need to.
Like minds. Of course, compassion.
Yeah. And it's also nice because even the people on the cruise, they see all these orange shirts. They see all these families with the lanyards. They ask us questions. And for whatever reason, on the cruise ships, it just seems to be a little bit more accepted than in everyday life.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, they probably know to anticipate your questions even before you ask them at this point. Right?
Probably.
All right, so tell me.
I'd rather someone ask than just assume,
Yeah, that's true. So tell me, what was your favorite port? What was your and why?
That's a tough one. Okay, so I've been to Italy before, and I am personally in love with Florence. I love Florence.
Okay.
But I got to tell you, I loved Barcelona. We had the opportunity to stay in Barcelona a little bit before the cruise and a little bit after. And I really enjoyed Barcelona a lot.
Oh, good. Yeah, I want to go there, too.
It was an amazing city.
Yeah, a lot of action there. Didn't they want to secede from Spain at one point?
Majorca, I thought, wanted to, but I don't think it ever happened. Well, I know it hasn't happened.
So what do you recommend for parents like yourself? Well, maybe not a parent like you because you've done it so many times, but for parents that maybe have put off taking that amazing vacation because of their lifestyle, because they have a child that has disabilities, and they're just scared. What do you tell them?
So there's a couple of things. The first is I would not consider our family a cruising family. Before we found Autism on the Seas, we preferred to fly somewhere, go on vacation, and fly home, and not be on a ship the whole time. Today, I will tell you right now, we will not travel without staffing from Autism on the Seas because it's the only way we feel we get any kind of vacation where we can relax. My husband and I can reconnect, and we can take a break, a true break.
And reconnect with your daughter, too.
And absolutely, reconnect with our daughter and make her feel special at the same time. What I would tell a new family is take absolute advantage of the Parent Connect that Autism on the Seas offers. So on their website, you can ask to be connected with parents who have cruised before and ask your questions and get them answered. The parents will be honest. They'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and get all those fears out of the way. And 9 times out of 10, I feel that that's the only way to travel.
Wow. So you're spoiled now.
I'm very spoiled. In fact, we're so spoiled. We have another cruise booked next summer with a one-on-one, and we are crossing our fingers for an Alaska cruise in 2021 that we hope we can take at a good time where I can get off work. So
good for you.
I have 2 booked in the hopper right now.
We're going to have to get you back here.
As long as the Alaska, the Alaska is important because that's my in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary, and they're going to come with us on the first cruise ever.
That's terrific. All right. Well, listen, thank you so much for sharing your experience. It was wonderful talking to you, and let's catch up again after your next one.
That sounds great. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, Nina.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.